Have you ever felt like you're just drowning in information, but you're absolutely starving for real wisdom? Well, today we're diving into a tool that promises to change that whole dynamic. It's Google's NotebookLM, and it's not just another research assistant. People are calling it a new kind of thinking partner.
We have all been there, right? You ask an AI a question, and it gives you this super confident answer that is completely and totally wrong. What we call an AI hallucination. It is, without a doubt, the biggest roadblock to actually trusting these incredibly powerful tools for any kind of serious work. So here's the pickle we're in. On one hand, we are buried in documents, research papers, notes, you name it. And on the other, the very AI that's supposed to help us make sense of it all, well, you often just can't trust it.
So how does NotebookLM even begin to tackle this? Okay, here's how we're going to break it down. First, we'll get into the information problem itself. Then, we'll uncover the secret sauce, what makes this a grounded AI. After that, you're going to want to see this. It's like having your own personal media studio. And finally, we'll see how it helps you think with your sources, not just summarize them. All right, let's kick things off with a problem that I think we all know way too well: information overload. And it's not just about having too much stuff to read. It's about the sheer mental energy it takes to connect the dots and find those little aha moments that are buried in all that noise. And this isn't just some random complaint. It's the exact pain point the creators over at Google Labs wanted to solve. This quote right here shows they knew the real bottleneck isn't finding information anymore, it's making sense of it.
Okay, so how does NotebookLM fix this? Well, this isn't just some small upgrade. It's a fundamental rethink of how an AI assistant should even work, with trust built in from the ground up.
And the secret sauce here is a concept called source grounding. And what does that mean? Well, instead of trying to know everything on the internet, NotebookLM becomes an expert only on the documents, the PDFs, the notes that you give it. You're basically creating a personalized AI that knows your project inside and out and nothing else. And this comparison just lays it all out perfectly. A traditional chatbot is pulling from the entire web, which is why it makes stuff up and you have no idea where the answer came from. But NotebookLM, it's grounded exclusively in your sources. That drastically cuts down on those fake facts, and this is the big one. It gives you direct citations for everything it says. And we are not talking about just a couple of pages here, because it's powered by Gemini 1.5 Pro and its massive context window. A single notebook can handle up to 25 million words. To put that in perspective, that's enough for an entire library of research, or years of company documents, or a fantasy author's entire book series. Honestly, this is the feature that changes everything. When NotebookLM gives you an answer, you see these little blue citation numbers. You just click one and bam, it takes you right to the exact sentence in your original document where it found that piece of information. No more black boxes, just truth you can actually verify. Okay, now this is where things get really, really cool. Because once you have an AI you can actually trust, you can start doing some amazing creative things. Imagine turning all your dense documents into your own personal media studio. That's what we're diving into next. And you won't believe how easy this is. You literally just upload your sources, click a single button for an audio or video overview, and that's it. And you're not just a passive listener either. You can actually give it a simple prompt telling it to, say, focus on the financial risks in that business plan you uploaded. And just check out the options here. This isn't some robotic voice just reading your text. No way. You can pick a deep dive where two AI hosts discuss your material, like a real podcast. Or, if you're in a hurry, you can get the brief. You can even have the AI stage a debate to really explore different sides of an argument. And the wildest part? It actually adds little things like, stammers and filler words to make it sound unbelievably natural. And it gets even better. With this thing called interactive mode, you can literally pause the AI-generated podcast, ask the hosts a question out loud, and they'll answer you based on your sources before just seamlessly picking the conversation back up. You actually become a part of your own personalized audio course. It's amazing. And it's not just audio. NotebookLM can generate videos too. And you can choose a style that actually fits what you're trying to learn. So if you're explaining a complex technical concept, the whiteboard style is perfect. Or if you're trying to make something really engaging for a student, there's even an anime style. It's all about making visuals that actually help the ideas stick. So that brings us to our final and I think most profound point.
This is where we move beyond just getting summaries of information and start using this tool to generate genuinely new insights. This is the real magic. And the possibilities here are just endless. I mean, think about it. A student can turn a dense textbook into a personalized study guide. A writer can instantly check their whole novel for plot holes. A project manager gets a single source of truth for the entire team. And a new hire, they can get up to speed in a fraction of the time just by talking to the training manual.
This quote from a user over on Reddit just perfectly captures this whole shift in mindset. It's not about memorizing facts anymore. It's about having a real, critical, and creative conversation with your own material. So how do you do that?
Well, power users have started developing these amazing deep prompt archetypes to push the AI way beyond simple summaries. You can ask it to stage a debate, to analyze your work from the perspective of a scholar 100 years from now, or even to role-play a skeptical journalist interviewing an author. It really does transform the tool into a true intellectual sparring partner.
So, what's the big takeaway here? It's that a tool like NotebookLM completely changes your role in all of this. You stop being just a passive consumer of information. You become an active orchestrator of knowledge, directing the AI to connect, synthesize, and create in ways that were just never possible before. And that leaves us with one last big question to chew on. As these grounded AI systems get more and more powerful, maybe the most important skill in the future won't be about how much you know, but about how well you can orchestrate all the knowledge that's right at your fingertips.